This morning, Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General, sending shockwaves through Washington. The president-elect nominating Republican firebrand.
Oh my God. Bro, I'm not even done with the story from yesterday, and then a new fucking fresh hell opens up. Oh, Trump expected to select Robert F. Kennedy to lead HHS. No! We are going to unearth ancient diseases that we have combated successfully. Oh, hell no. No! Bro, unlimited content. It's not content. We're gonna fucking die. Holy shit, we're bringing the playback, baby. Bubonic style. Dude, oh no. Dude, climate change, okay, causing massive shifts in the way that ecosystems operate, weird animal migration patterns, animals come into contact with one another, creating zoonotic diseases that then, humans get transmitted with. We're fucked. Everything is getting worse. And now we're putting the one guy, possibly the worst guy, in charge of it all. All it takes is one fucking epidemic, and this shit is over. Okay, completely. Doesn't need to be a pandemic. Epidemic, we're done. Wiped out. America, GG. Server reset incoming. No. Sebastian Gorka? No. Oh my God, dear God. Holy shit. What a time to be alive. What new fresh hells will we experience? RFK for Department of Health and Home. Dude, Health and Human Services. Holy moly, what a horrifying reality we exist under. I cannot begin to explain to you how devastating this is. A man who is an anti-vaxxer, he's now in charge of the HHS. All of a sudden, things when he is not even within striking distance of any sort of government regulatory agency that you could laugh at are no longer a laughing matter. He was approved? Not yet, but I think the Trump administration is looking for a method to basically avoid the Senate's advice and consent responsibility and do mass recess appointments. Just get it done through the recess process. Like, I think that's what they're looking at right now. It is pretty funny. But then, once again, it's no longer funny and very scary when you remember that this guy is going to be in charge of shit. Specifically, medicine. You can't have a guy that's anti-medicine leading like things that revolve around medication. RFK Jr., one of the most anti-science figures in the world, will oversee a vast bureaucracy with a discretionary budget of nearly $150 billion annually and a mandatory budget of nearly $2 trillion. HHS and its various agencies have profound regulatory powers that impact the healthcare and of not only hundreds of millions of Americans, but also the global healthcare community. The following agencies will be under his control as Secretary of Health and Human Services: Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Food and Drug Administration, National Institutes of Health, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, Health Resources and Services Administration, Administration for Children and Families, Administration for Community Living, Indian Health Service, Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality. Oof. When RFK was running for president, he said he would stop research on drug development and infectious diseases for 8 years.
NIH, my first week, I'm going to call all the division heads and I'm going to call all the bureau chiefs. And I'm going to say, we're going to give drug development and infectious disease a break, a little bit of a break for about 8 years. And we're going to study chronic disease. And I'm going to go to NIH.
Oh my God. Maybe the U.S. will have a bunch of brain drain in the health services. I think one of the wildest parts about this is that this is America cucking itself with its refusal to acknowledge any of the underlying material harm. We are bouldering towards like this fascist ANCAP dystopia, right? Anarcho-capitalist dystopia. And in that process, America's just like fucking itself over in the long term. Any country that has even a little bit of responsibility to governance is going to cook our shit. Okay, especially if you're a country that's like uniparty like China and they have like long-standing, decades-long policies that they're implementing. Like, these sorts of things are very important, very consequential for the future prospects of nations. America, on the other hand, is so short-term profit motive invested that they just can't see anything else, and we're basically actively destroying the country from within. This is why I used to always say, like, the Republican Party is the greatest threat, the greatest terroristic threat to America and perhaps the entire globe. Democrats are a close second. Any arch terrorist could never imagine the amount of damage that the Republican Party will do to the nation and also the world as a whole. And now we're there. We're literally there. It's so wild. Here is Trump's transition co-chair, Howard Lutnick, lying 2 weeks ago about RFK's potential job in the cabinet.
Ability to do Doge. He and I worked that out together and we structured that.
But would he actually come into the government? Because, I mean, he'd have to divest. It would be quite tricky.
He's not coming into the government. He can't sell SpaceX
He's not going
and
to
Tesla. No. So what he's going to be adjacent to it, and writing software for the government and then giving the software to the government and helping the government. It's going to be amazing.
One other person who was on stage recently and was talking about coming into the administration is RFK Jr. He said that Trump has promised him control of the public health agencies, HHS, which would be also, CDC, FDA, USDA, all of these agencies. Is that true? Has Trump promised him basically the HHS job?
So I spent 2.5 hours this week with Bobby Kennedy Jr. and it was the most.
Dude, the idea of Elon Musk writing software is so laughable. These people are so deluded. Like, what software has Elon Musk ever written, dude? What are you talking about? Jesus Christ. I don't even know if these guys believe it. Maybe they do. I guess people believe that shit. They think like he's a actual engineer. Do you think it's strategic? Like, nominate a bunch of crazies just to make a few getting through seem like a compromise? Fuck no, dude. That's not, dude. The problem is you think these guys are doing 4D chess. This is something that a lot of people did back in the day as well. A lot of Trump supporters would do that. They'd be like, oh, when he wrote Covfefe, he was actually doing 5D chess. And the media also kind of went along with it as well. No, what you see is what you get. They're not playing chess. They're playing checkers, okay? It's a direct through line. There is no convoluted, complicated reasoning for why they're doing this, okay? He does not give a shit. I can't begin to explain this to you. He does not give a shit. These guys do not care. Like, he does not care. He does not want people that will defy him in any agency, okay? That's it. They want to pretend him and his followers are not extraordinarily incompetent. Is RFK Jr. a Soviet sleeper agent that just woke up 40 years too late? I wish. There is no secret reasoning behind this, okay? People are saying like, oh, well, maybe Matt Gaetz is a trial balloon. It's like, no, it's not. He just wants a person that is easily blackmailed and loyal to him in that position. And I'm willing to bet that the more shit comes out about Matt Gaetz, the more they'll push for it. I would be very surprised if like the media pressure and the public pressure on Matt Gaetz actually causes them to stand down. Because for Trump, it's about the backlash is important, okay? It's about overcoming said backlash to show that he can do it. Cognitive behavioral therapy and Jory are just cut off in traffic. Think positively. He's probably in a rush for a reason. Maybe he's late for a job interview. Maybe his wife is giving birth. I'm the king of the highway. That's it. So like when Ezra Klein says the Gaetz nomination is so off the wall that I half believe he's sacrificial, so Senate Republicans will give an easier time confirming all the other questionable picks, having shown their independence by icing Gaetz. No, there is no convoluted, complicated reason. What you see is what you get. Okay. That's precisely what it is. I don't even think they give a shit. I don't even think they care about like, oh, what will we do? What if people won't allow us to put Matt Gaetz into that position? It's like, no, it's more so about like Trump pushing through regardless. Okay. This is a man who already was president for 4 years. This is a man who tried to overturn the Democratic elections results in 2020. Okay. He knows what not to do. And he's vindictive. He's malicious. He's narcissistic. He knows not to repeat the same mistakes. No more establishment Republicans. No more playing ball. You force them to do your bidding. The cruelty is the purpose. The insanity is the purpose. Ultimately, loyalty above all else. Because if you have people who want to defend institutions or care about the integrity of certain things, and they do not have loyalty above all else, those people, like they did, will become naysayers. Okay. And you don't want that. That's the whole point. He doesn't want a leaky faucet like he had last time around, where members of his cabinet and people were constantly fucking chirping to the media and undermining the things that he wanted to do. That's why the general appointment board is also significant for him. He wants to eliminate any kind of potential disloyalty. And in many instances, if you want to fuck up the country, yeah, you're going to have people who are still invested in protecting some of these institutions. If you care about the military, you're going to be like, oh, fuck that. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. I'm going to actually go to the media and I'm going to talk about how you're fucking crazy. He doesn't want that. So competence in that situation is most likely playing. Competence in that situation is actually going to undermine your chances of becoming appointed.